Good dawning, and welcome to another episode of Good Dawning with myself. My name is Josh, Mr. Foot. I'm using my sleeve here. Clean off the lens. There we go. Much better. And fingerprints. How we doing, guys? Welcome to another episode of Good Dawning. My name is Josh. I used to be Mr. Floyd. Welcome. If you're not new here, please subscribe, hit the bell, and whatnot. I am a channeler. If you're new, I am a channeler. I'm an open channeler. And if you're first watching this, welcome and thank you. And I channel Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, and White Buffalo Calf Woman. The purpose of this show is to set your energy straight, to help you create a good day, to kind of get you off in your universe today, and we discuss energy and the like. So grateful if you are here, or you who is here, and if you're watching this in any sort of rewind or replay or anything, thank you. I'm grateful. You have a million choices to watch on YouTube, and there we go. All right, guys, welcome Sandra and Little Witchy One, and we'll give people a few moments. We know the notification doesn't go out until like 3 minutes after you're live at this point, give or take. Of course, you can probably tell when you when you get notification for somebody and you hit the button, then they're already like into the show. I was like, wait a minute, what did I miss? You're here. Hi, how are you? I don't know if Sandra's here. I think she might have fallen off, but if not, it's just be you and me, Tina. But we keep on trucking, right? That's what we do. We don't stop. Don't stop believing, right? So how are you doing? How's your dining there? We'll see if Mo shows up today. It's her birthday, and and yeah, cards. We'll see if anybody else shows up, but not just be Tina and I, and that is fine. And of course, you guys who are watching the rewind or replay, I should say. Nobody tends to watch the rewind. I took a few days off from reading and decided to go back to it a few minutes ago. Trucking. I think that's a great song. Yeah, it is. But yeah, who knows? But shall see. Did you get a notification, Tina? Because I've noticed that YouTube now is selectively notifying, right? So like certain channels, sometimes you get a notification, sometimes you don't. So it's like selective putting notifications. I did 3 minutes early. You went live? Did you go live? Did you go live earlier, Tina? Because if you did, I'll have to check it out. You did 30 minutes early. 30 minutes, what, on YouTube? Or 30 minutes? Did you go live on YouTube or go on YouTube? And did we miss anything here? No, I got your notification. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, let's see what we got from Kuan Yin. And we and the two of us behind you. We'll keep on trucking here. Ah, there we go. All right, so let's see what we got from Kuan Yin today, and keep on moving here. All right, so today's card from Kuan Yin is legal, and to the celestial mountain. And I'm wondering if this little spread is for the both of. What do you got? I'm going to put my cards down for a minute. What you got there, Tina? Let's, since it's just the two of us. I mean, and my mother, I think. And whoever else might be there. There's like three of us. But yeah, what do you got? Let me see what this little spread. Let me see. Throw it in the chat there, Tina. Let's see what the spread is that you've got there. I'm curious. And today we're going to call to get my stuff shipped back up here too. Happiest day to you all. Hi, Henny. Which one? I don't see Henny here, but there she is way in the beginning. Oh, okay. Hi, Helene. How are you? KD. Hi. You went live yesterday. And I know that because or 2 days ago, and I tried to, I caught it, but you ended. It was in the evening. And so if you want to know Yeah, your video is private, right? And so if you want to flip your video, we can show you how to do that. But yeah, you did go live, and I did catch it there, Kay. Also, Josh, always good day. Favor. Happiest to you. Who who card is judgment? Answering the call. Action creates new opportunity. That's there we go. We keep the action going. Awesome. So Tina pulled some cards, and she's putting the cards in the chat there. A little witchy one. For a moment, haha, I shocked myself, children, and then I gotta learn. So what you want to do is go back into your video, right? Hit the three dots on your video when you go into your YouTube channel, and you'll see go under the lives. You'll see the video, and it'll say private, right? So hit the three dots. If you hit those three dots, then you can edit the video on the right, and then just mark it from private to public, and we can you got title and stuff, but then we can see your video. So if you want to do so, that's all you got to do. It's just hit the three dots to the right of the video, okay, and we can see it. Not that I didn't see it because you were. I don't know what that was you were looking at. A planet, UFO. I think it was a planet because it didn't bounce around like a planet. You can't stabilize a planet when you're trying to take a picture of it generally, unless you have a stabilizer or your phone moves with the wobble of the Earth, right? How to just use your intuition and set your moral compass. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's right, exactly. So that's part of the shift, right? Is this what my higher self would want me to do, right? Hershey, good dawning. Beautiful gems. Josh Grand Rising, sending blessings and positive vibes to you all. And positive vibes to Hershey and a home there. Favor to Mosaic and her birthday. I know she's not in the chat yet. Hopefully she pops in. Happy birthday to Mosaic there and to Favor Hershey. You guys have an amazing day. If you watch Hershey's live last night on Hershey's the live last night with Brother Thomas on his channel and Hershey. There we go. Much better. Yeah, they were talking about possible plans for the birthday today for Mo, and so favor guys, have an amazing day. That's the fact that you're there, partnered up with hanging out with Mo there for her birthday. Awesome. Yeah, and she's not yet over the hill, so we have one more year before Mo will be over the hill, and then but we got Hershey going over the hill next in May, so 2 months. But favor guys, I don't know. Eye level in the woods. I think maybe a light alarm as don't see need to walk back there is not always there. Good day, Hershey. Hey, Sandra. Hi, how are you? Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. There we go. You have strength in new beginnings, and this cycle restarts. I've been getting the craziest. Yeah, thank you. Tina is spot on to what I've been seeing as I start myself here. Bro, man. Hi, how you doing, bro? Welcome. Nice to see you there. Thank you. Welcome to the was crazy, right? So I threes. I had more 133 and 33333 and 33 every which way. It was insane. Then I caught a license plate yesterday, and I'm gonna make a post with the pictures and stuff because the universe does talk to you if you're allowed, if you're wanting to see it, right? So literally 2 seconds after Brother Thomas and Hershey gave me the reading last night from on Brother Thomas's channel there. Literally, I pulled up to I'm like finishing the reading, and I'm pulling up, doing the DoorDash, right? And I pull up to a car right in front. And part of Hershey was saying is that I need to find my divinity, right? And stand as source, right? And then literally, the license plate in front of the car, in front of me was D1 VINE 1. Divine 1, but it had to have, you have to have two numbers on the license plate, right? So D1 VINE 1, right? Divine 1. So the one, two ones, the one replaced the I. So yeah, so I got a picture, really good square picture of the license plate there. 3 seconds. Hershey said, "There you go. There's your reading. Thank you." And so yeah, crazy. The energies have been absolutely off the charts. If you're looking out into the greater source field and seeing bottom deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is just I don't know, but we're making a big change here. Today we're going to call before the prices go insane and get my stuff reshipped back here from Cincinnati, and we got help with that. And yeah, we could get a haircut too, right? Start a new job. You always want a new haircut, right? But grateful, I look like a fuzzy pencil top. But you remember those troll pencil toppers back in the 80s and 90s? 369. I'm missing the 6 for the new days of cycle 39. Ha. Faith, welcome. Hi, how are you? that license. There is no. You have to realize, and I want you guys to understand. And this is where it's hard to understand it unless you really start to ground into it. That this truly is a biofeedback field in every which way but loose. Not the movie, but right. It's a biofeedback system. Literally, your energy is what's feeding back your universe. And as I'm learning here, that the more I stay centered in love and peace, and just trust and let go and feel that kind of peaceful flow, like the excitement before going to a amusement park the day before when you were a kid, right? Positive things just keep rolling in. It just keeps getting better and better. Favor, Sandra, hi. Coincidence. There are no coincidences in this universe because it's a living toroidal field. We think that you bump into Bob when you were thinking about Bob and it's a coincidence, but when you bump into Bob and you've been thinking about Bob, it's a living toroidal field. So you send the energy to Bob. Bob figures it out in some fashion, whether it's conscious or unconscious, and starts heading your direction. Okay, I hit the public and heard nothing since 369. Ha, love it. All right, guys. So let's see what we get from Kuan Yin, the master of the divine feminine. As yeah. All right. So three of us here. Whoever left, thank you for being here. Hi, and who came in? Bunny Binsky. Good dawning. Grateful, guys. Thank you. Love you. All right, so today is to the Celestial Mountain, which all I gotta do is go out that way, right? So if I got to the main road and then just look right across, is literally I'm like parallel, like to Long's Peak, literally parallel. I thought I was when I was living in my old place, but no, this is even more parallel. So yeah, to the Celestial Mountain, you have the ability to invoke divine power, to call the Celestial Mountain so that you might be gifted with spiritual energy you need to attain your goals. Permitting beings that love you unconditionally to help you is an expression of spiritual empowerment. You empower the divine forces that can assist you to come to your aid and help you manifest your visions. There we go. All right, awesome. So to the Celestial Mountain we go, right? Grateful. All right. I'm gonna use the same deck as yesterday because it's just sitting here. This is the Master Ascension's Light Code deck from Archangel Raphael, or is channeled through Kelly Kolodny, through Archangel Raphael. There we go. Grace, hi. Vika, hi. How are you? Welcome. Lots of new people here. Grateful. All right, so let's see what we've got with the cards from Archangel Raphael and Kelly Kolodny, and all right. Here we go, guys. Let's see what we got. Hive, Moment, Bunny, and everyone. I love it. All right. 1, 2, and 3. So we take the bottom card as the energetics, and the top 3 as how to obtain those. Knock these out of the way. All right. So the first card is protection. All right. Awesome. Know your boundaries. Here we go. So know your boundaries, guys. So we got to set up boundaries today, and so make sure that you do set up boundaries. Don't let anybody just run you over, so to speak. I mean, you can. That's up to you, but that could be a boundary, right? I have no boundary. That's a boundary, but no. But set up boundaries. So let's see what we've got to set up boundaries for. A choice point. So a lot of us are at choice points here, and this is definitely the things going on the planet. Definitely time to make better choices, right? So a choice point is in your frame here. So it says, make a decision. What decision do you need to make is the question. I can't answer that for myself. The decisions are coming swift and positive here. So now today we need to call my financier, right? And call and get some help, get my stuff shipped back up here before it gets crazy. So that's a decision. And I had to choose a job. So we chose the job. Got to fill out the paperwork for that at some point today as well. But let's see what we've got here. Divine Feminine is the next card here. So Divine Feminine, it says birth new possibilities. And that's your present, so it would be the middle card as well. So what are we birthing today? New possibilities. As the world turns here, those of us who are awakened, coming to life, right? In our ascension here, really just clearing our energies and starting to move forward. It's kind of weird how that's happening, right? As the world is doing its thing, we're not even going to discuss. We begin to awaken and move into our frame, right? And birthing new possibilities. So we're going to be that again. The first waivers. Those of you guys who have done the work, it's up to find the new Earth, right? To wake up into our new lives. Regardless of what's going on the planet, we have to be that counterbalance, right? And so the 2, 3, 1, 2, 3% of us who are the first waivers, the second wave will be much bigger than the first wave, right? We're going to have to find that counterbalance. And since we are that counterbalance to what's going on the planet, a lot of us are going to find incredibly extraordinary lives to start to take effect because as things fall apart on one end, the new Earth is going to start to prop up on the other end, and it's going to hold the balance of the old Earth, right? So as you start to find your space, right, and a lot of us are going to just explode, not literally. That would be terrible, right? And actually, don't explode. You implode, right? Theoretically, if you were going to combust, right? But no. But a lot of us are going to take off, right? Because we have to be that. So we go up as the old Earth goes down. The new people from the new Earth go up, and we start to shift the balance, right? And we hold that energy. So it's going to get interesting. The sacred holy womb. So there's Mother Isis coming in. The sacred holy womb, and that is rest in the void. So find that space to rest there. So if we put all this together here, it's first thing, and especially in this day and age, right? As people are going to, you're going to find two things going on at the same time. People are going, and so those who go haywire and start snapping because they're flipped out about what's going on, and then you're going to find those who are just like, yep, and calm and peaceful, like us first wavers. So the protection. So know your boundaries. Protect yourself from the energies out there. Know your boundaries. Don't let anybody who's on the old Earth there push you out of the new Earth. You really can't be. Once you know, you can't be kicked out of the new Earth. You do realize that, right? It's not as if you're going to descend to the point where you're like stuck in the soup and you're going to find yourself drooling and watching NNC, right? No, probably not. But don't let them get you down. That's the biggest thing, right? Don't let the suckers get you down. But yeah, so find divine protection there. If you need to find your own sacred holy womb, find your own space, so to speak, in this. Yeah. So what you're gonna like I said, the craziness in the greater source field is gonna go get louder, right? And you're gonna see more people who are just gonna snap because they can't handle it. But we've gone through and literally dumped. I mean, if you think of the timing in all of us, right? That the most of us have walked most of our crap to an extent. The world is hitting the shift. So keep all that in mind. That as those who have not cleared this is just going to trigger all their trauma, right? And as it gets, if it ever gets favor, it doesn't come to America, right? But yeah, it's going to get loud. People will act in ways you have never seen before. So make sure. But nonetheless, just for in general purposes, you always want to have decent boundaries, right? Like, no, that's all right. Thank you. We love you. Lindsay, Ohio. How are you doing there? It's been stormy as all get out. I know you guys had all kinds of crazy ass weather. So favor to Lindsay in Ohio with massive storms that whipped through last night. There was same down in Florida too. Hershey and Mo. The weather's been yeah, crazy. Here it's like in the 50s and like 60-mile-an-hour winds today. So favor, I'm gonna DoorDash, but you gotta drive the car at an angle, right? Been deep is never being deprogrammed is never easy. Had the convo yesterday. One of three sisters raised some off views on their religion. Oh wow, favor. I played the devil's advocate and said revealing, speaking our truth allows you to absolutely PG. How did your birthday, brother? Did you have a great day? Favor, much love, man. Bop. All right, so the cards again, protection. So we need to know our boundaries. Choice point. A lot of us are going to find choice points. Meaning, are you in the old or are you in the new? And what choice are you making? Not that you're in the old. I mean, you can't, like I said, but are you choosing new Earth, new energies moving forward, being that counterbalance to the energies on planet Earth, which is what we are? Or are you, exactly. So make a decision, and whatever decision that you choose to make there, but choice point. So a lot of us are going to be at that choice point where we have to make a decision to help us move forward, right? To help, exactly, because we are that balance. Divine Feminine. So that's the center card. That's birthing new possibilities. So if you are at a choice point and you make a decision, you get off your Hillary Duff, then generally speaking, there's new possibilities that can come into your frame, to your universe, right? Karen, It's windy here. What I just found alive at 24/7 boat camp. Girl crossing Atlantic in a sailboat to qualify for the Golden Globe. Jeez, oh Pete's favorite of that. A boat. Imagine that. Um, we got all these kind of stuff going on in the plane. She's just solo looking around. I don't see anybody, and she's out in the middle of the Atlantic. Good God, favor. That's something I could not even conceive of, right? Especially disembarkation syndrome. But the favor to anybody would sail across the ocean by themselves, especially not favor with the way the world is right now. Tornado watch, but I didn't hear of any favor. Yeah, you get tornado watches all the time in Ohio, but do they occur that often? Not as much, gratefully. All right, for birthing new possibilities, womb. So once you figure out what you want to do, just rest in that space for a minute and let it percolate. Those of us who want to create in this voidy, in this weird, different energy, the universe will definitely back us up if what we're doing is going to help unify humanity, help us to become a better soul as one, right? And maybe even to see as such. So I've got what I've want to sacredly birth as well. And once I get situated here in my new universe, right, with the new 2 jobs here, and the first one being Saturday, I got to deal blackjack. So that'll be fun. So I've been watching videos on how to deal blackjack. Not like I'm not like gambling legally, but I get a party for charity, right? Watch means the conditions are there. Warning means there's been one spotted and is on the way. Yeah, watch means that it's possible, but they put up the watch so often these days that it's most likely improbable, but it is possible, right? And especially in Ohio. Although Columbus, up in that area, the flats out there, all the farmland and the flatland, it's more conceivable than it would be in Cincinnati, down in the south. Um, yeah, crazy. All right, guys. So today's angel number. Today's show is brought to you by the number, like Sesame Street. 1, you. It's all about you. Focus on self first, right? 1. You are number 1. We're gonna pull 2 numbers here. Independent confidence, authority, new beginnings. Did you say that? Birthing new possibilities, new beginnings. The universe is showing us, right? Literally. It's a living toroidal field. So if we're talking about new beginnings, we just got balanced. We just got hit with it. So, all right. And finally, 7722 is the next card here. No 3s, but support, guidance, connectivity, vulnerability, community, and trust. Remember that no one succeeds alone. It is okay to seek support and assistance and guidance. Embrace and strength found in community, and don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. So there we go. But it's all moving forward. None of this is stagnant energy. And that's the thing. It's going to be kind of weird because you're going to have a whole group of people on this planet, right? Moving forward, moving on up to the east side, right? To a deluxe up, not really, but yeah. So, and then you're going to have people who are like running up their hair on fire. So it's going to be quite interesting. But yeah, but we know whatever happens, we're good. But yeah, so grateful, guys. Let's finally pull a Billy Crystal card here. Your daily Billy Crystal card. Voila. Carnelian. There we go. I pulled this a couple of times, right? So find your creativity. Carnelian sounds like something out of Star Wars, right? I always say that. Like, do you have the Carnelian wand? Right? It sounds like something you would find like the quest for the Carnelian wand. Like a movie or something. But no. So there you go. So today's card is Carnelian. And Carnelian. There you go. Carnelian. That's like the water stone it's a cancer stone. One of the cancer stones. It's a minor stone, but it's not like ruby or moonstone. Peach moonstone. All right, guys, welcome. Grateful. Let's do some energy work here. Today is Thursday, and no, we're not going to worship Thor or anything, but grateful. Yeah, totally strange. The wind last night was strange too. I felt in Nova Scotia before. Yeah, you're gonna. I mean, the weather in Ohio is going to be a whole heck of a lot different than it would be in the Nova Scotia for sure. Because you're flat out on the in Columbus, so you're flat out on the plains, and just kind of whips right across there. But yeah, so I think they were going to do a drill, but didn't want any to infuse it with a real warning, so they waited. Yeah, nobody generally. I mean, at this point, I mean, I don't know. A tornado drill. I guess if you're in school or a business, maybe. But yeah, that's what I heard, Tina. Very new for me to hear the sirens. Oh, I bet. Yeah, the weather is completely. Ohio's weather is going to be way more dramatic than it would be in Novi. Getting a tornado up in Nova Scotia would be damn near impossible. But in Ohio, Cincinnati, or Columbus, it's not so bad. It's windy up there in Bertha, Josh. How it's real windy here in Dakota. It's crazy here. It's I don't even know. I want to dash. I got to dash, but I don't have to dash. I'm choosing to dash because I could use the money, right? But a bill's a bill, however you look at it. But yeah, it's yeah, we're gonna burn gas today for sure. So many, yeah, I know. Today's so we haven't seen her in the chat, but today is Mosaic's birthday. So if you do see her out and about in the greater source field there of YouTube, wish her a happy birthday. And let's call in our guides and angels as we do every day. We will then dump. Well, actually, yeah, we'll clear some trauma. Actually, we'll save that for tomorrow. We can do a bigger energy clearing on Friday, and then we will. Today, we'll call in our guides. We will, of course, set our do our breathing exercise. Use the I am and send some intentions and channel. Not letting chicken out due to winds. Oh wow, would they like? Do they blow away or favor? Michelle, Mo, and Kim, KD. It's KD's birthday too. It's your birthday, KD. Wow. Kay. So it's Kay's birthday today. I had no idea. Thank you, and she didn't state anything, but lots of huge planes flying above in New York yesterday into the evening. And thanks, Karen. Once, yes, many fishies here, there, everywhere. Haha. So yeah. So as we had a post here, happy birthday to everybody. Kay, wow, Kay's birthday. Kim and Kay, Michelle and Kim K. Michelle and Mo, I share my birthday with Anna Metz. So my birthday is shared with Anna Metz. Suzette shares her birthday with Lottie B. Um, Kay or Kim and Michelle or Mosaic, they share a birthday. Wow, there are no coincidences in this in the universe there, and how all of us here are like together, but yet, and then we share birthdays to top it off. It there are that's just awesome, and there is no coincidences. They sure could blow away. They sure could blow away. They are lightweight, and under all those feathers, sails almost blew away once, and didn't even have feathers. Oh my gosh, I almost blew away once and didn't have feathers. Yes, thanks. Won't compare our memories. If others did notice date, I'd have forgotten how. Kim is K. Hi, I didn't know you were Kim. I was third Kim working at a place called Friends, and they had the same middle name and hospital. Oh wow. I share and right, and so Karen now. So Karen Tuki shares her birthday with Neil and Shelly from Shelly and Neil, and so I haven't seen Shelly in a minute. So favor there, guys. That's just absolutely. It's almost like trippy when you think about it. La Nina winter here. No winter for us. Only mountaintops for skiers. Yeah, same here, right? We have had no flatlands here, and it's been the absolute warmest and driest winter in the history of Colorado. There we go. Definitely the warmest. I'm not sure about the driest yet, but it's definitely close to it. But the warmest in the history of ever taking records in Colorado. So yeah, so it's going to be a fun summer for sure. But yeah, we're in a fire. So you guys have tornado watches up in Ohio. We have a red flag warning today, which means that conditions are high for a possibility of a fire. And so basically, if you smoke and you throw it out the window, you're going to start a fire, most likely. So please don't do that, right, in Colorado. But if they catch you, then they charge you with arson. So well, there you go. But yeah, I would sure the state right now would probably like to ban anything combustible, including lighters, cannabis, and cigarettes. It's that dry. But winter started early and cold in Novi. David says it's been a big winter here, but not much, but much milder than Nova Scotia. Well, Ohio, you are it's like Cincinnati, Columbus, Northern Kentucky. That's like literally the bullseye for the worst winter weather this year, right? They said that's where the worst winter, and then generally that's where it's been. My GPA and uncle are March 1st. My grandpa and uncle are March 1st, 2nd, me 12th, and many 1-2s in my family repeating as if we looked. It's a bit creepy. Micro macro, well, LOL, love it. It is, yeah, that is kind of weird when you think about it. But having like 4 sets of birthdays from people related to this channel is and so like 8 people having the 4 birthdays is pretty insane. Happy birthday, as I'm sure Karen, whose birthday now, haha. I think it's Faith's kids who has the same birthday as me. Oh wow, favor. So yeah, I mean, we're all. It's crazy. I mean, I never known anybody except a delivery driver at Pikesville Hardware when I worked there as a teenager, in Maryland. He had the same birthday as me on July 5th. So, but otherwise, yeah, I didn't know anybody who's ever had a July 5th birthday other now than Anna Metz. I never met a soul who has a July 5th birthday at all. And I guess Party City, although they're out of business, and for birthday stuff, but on July 5th. It's got to be the driest. I had only 3 or 4 dustings of snow. Yeah, it has to pretty much be. Yeah, so Colorado's floating a camping ban this summer. Not only a fire ban, but just like, no camping. Like, we don't want tourists this summer, kind of summer. Not that we expect. I don't know what gas prices are, but yeah. So you're already hearing talk of camping bans, absolute statewide fire bans, and no fireworks this year for sure. Yeah, you're not going to see tiki torches and stuff won't even be sold in the stores. Nothing flammable, nothing at all. Flare guns coming off the shelf, probably. I mean, yeah, it's going to be like that. But yeah, they don't trust campers not to start fires. Exactly. So the state has already stated that while they're taking reservations at their state campsites for the summer, there is a likelihood that the governor will decide to, in the spring, overturn that, just create a camping ban, which you can do instantaneously, right? I mean, not camping like you're sleeping in a car or something, but like you can't put a tent on the ground anywhere in Colorado all summer long. So yeah, that'll be fun. But so we'll see. But Suki and Shelly, when is your birthday? I didn't see Shelly here. Is she here? All right, guys. So let's do some energy work here. Let's call in our guides and angels real quick. So if you find me here, we do this on the daily. It's just real quick. So we call in our guides. We call in all the angels we work with. We call in the archangels we work with. We call in all the energy animals, our energy family, right? Dogs, dolphins, and whatnot. We call in our dragons. We call in our ancestors. And we call in all loving energies and beings that work with us, help us to carry and propel our universe forward. We thank Goddess Isis for her daily offered pyramid of energetic protection to not let any other energies that don't belong into our frame. To set that boundary, right? Exactly. We call in the ancestors that work with us to help us bring forth all of these skills from our ancestral line that we could use today. And we thank Archangel Raphael for his healing energies and Saint Germain for the violet flame that we can use anytime. With that, we thank our guides. We thank all of our spirit family. We say hallelujah, so it is, and thank you, so it shall be. All right, so we call in our guides as we do daily there, and they appreciate it. And I am going to tell you this. The more we do so, and as we go in next week, the following week, as we keep calling in our guides, they're going to get louder. Your universe will get louder, and you will start to see, as it frames in, right? You'll start to see how it's real, right? And how they're coming in, they're saying hello. Divine One, exactly. So I'm going to post that, and you'll see. I have no idea, but I guess it's better than burning like LA. Well, yeah, well, exactly. But it all depends on what when we see things like that burning, do we, right, was it things that make you go, boom, 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 boom. Things that make you go, like LA, right? Maui, and doobie doobie. Yeah, right. We know what a do, right? Direct energy, right? Doobie doobie doo doobie, which is what we're seeing in the east of middle, right? All of a sudden, this beam comes, this blue light shows up, and then there you go, right? Poof, vaporized. Let's pray. We don't have. Let's pray, right? Vapor. But yeah, 1027, one box, haha, and 1127 is the message from Aunt Donna. Aunt Donna, he showed me. I can hear him from the John Holland end of Book of Meditation. Tried Mass years ago. Awesome. It's my father's heavenly birthday. Grace, so much. Let's give Grace's her father here, who is with her. I'm sure. All we gotta do is call him in, and wish him a happy birthday. To Grace's dad, energetically, and we love you and graceful. Grateful that you created Grace. But yeah. So all right. So let's for breath work here. We're gonna do 3 breaths. First breath is to throw and look there. My father just had a heavenly birthday. Awesome. Wow, wow. Speaking of birthdays. Oh, awesome. Awesome, guys. So yeah, so from your end here and from mine, let's do some energy work real quick. We're going to release our nervous system. So if you want to breathe in with me, here we go. First breath, we take out our trash, which is our trauma. Second breath, we clear or we stand in our happy space. And third breath, we are safe, right? So join me as we release our nervous system. So take our first breath if you want to breathe in. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. As we breathe out for 5 seconds, we are releasing our trauma. So breathe in. Hold it and breathe out and release your trauma. For me, I throw it in a trash bag and throw it in a dumpster. Second breath, you are happy Gilmore place. Breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. You are in your happy place. Mine is Maho Beach. Third breath, we are safe. You can tell yourself you are safe however you choose. Breathe in. Hold it and breathe out 5 seconds. Yeah. As you breathe out there, as you come to an end there, you should feel pretty Jello-esque, kind of like a ball of Jello, right? Pretty released there. Happy birthday to your dad, Grace. Yes, favorite. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We're going to do a channeling of some fashion here and see what we got. Anybody have anybody specific they'd want me to channel? I mean, Saint Germain's always there, but so is White Buffalo Calhoun. But if anybody has anybody specific that I can channel, otherwise I will just channel. And yesterday's channeling has been downloaded to my phone, so I got to upload it, and then the channeling from the day before is actually uploaded yesterday. So each day, so like today we'll have yesterday's channeling, and tomorrow this channeling, whatever I do, will be live, will be up and posted as a separate channeling, as a separate video tomorrow. So as long as we keep that going here, it may be a little bit awkward when I'm trying to get to work, but you'll do it in the evening, but we'll get it posted up. So maybe as Spirit and Ascension, maybe your thoughts of love, something new is wanting to come through. Absolutely. Karen got her confirmed. Yes. Speaking of Spirit of birthdays, yes, something new is coming through for all of us. That's for sure. Yeah, all was heard. I hope it was all kind. Fun person. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to do a channeling then. We don't have any specific that holding my breath. Josh is holding and holding. I realized I accidentally paused. Anna, hi, birthday. Here's my birthday twin, Anna Metz. See, we're talking about birthday twins today, and so you are my birthday twin. So welcome, Anna. Grateful to see you. Hi. All right, so let's put channeling here. Grateful. Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here. We are channeling through Josh for you, to you today. We are going to talk about synchronicities, right? And how there are many of you who are watching this same channel, right? And all of you, lots of you guys could pair up for birthdays, right? You know you are living, and we're going to talk about the living toroidal field because it is very loud, and we want you to understand where you are living, right? If you are understanding where you are, then you are realizing, right, that there's no coincidences on your planet, right? There are no coincidences in your universe. And as the universe itself, as your planet spins into a bit of a haywired mess, right? Realize that you are grounding your energy. Those who are not grounding the energy are going to be in the haywired mess while you are creating the new earth in your field, right? You are creating that new earth by what you are doing is creating something new on the planet, right? You are creating better lives. And those of you who have cleared your trauma, cleared your drama, and are not standing in your mama trauma drama and your papa trauma drama any further, are going to find that you are creating a new universe parallel to the old universe that is falling apart in planet Earth, right? So you are rising up. You may be creating something that is still part of an old system. We all have jobs and such, right? But you are still rising up. The point is, as part of the universe goes like this, those who are awakened, they're going like this. And what we are getting at, there's no synchronicities. There's no coincidences in this, right? Everything is synchronistic, right? So what we are telling you is that if you are an understanding of where you are, right? You are in a living toroidal field, and you are the center of that energy, right? So what you are spinning around you, right? What you are thinking and seeing right now is what you are creating. A lot of us who have done the work, right? When we're talking about the work, we're talking about the shadow work, right? Realizing who we are, realizing that we are source, and clearing our traumas, right? Walking through the energies and feeling it and moving past the energy that we never released in the first place. That's how your trauma is a situation that you decided to lock onto to see yourself as, right? You are not your mean this or what happened to you there or whoever yelled at you or somebody who punched you or any of that, right? You are none of that, right? Those are things that happen for you, not to you, right? So you can see that you are source and you can let these things go. But most of us do not let these things go, and we hold the energy in our field, right? And so we spin a universe up based on the energies of things that have happened to us, and that is not going to work anymore. Those of you who are of the new earth, right, who have cleared that, are not doing that any further, right? If you have cleared your trauma, cleared your drama, and you are walking clean on planet Earth, generally speaking, right? You are not standing there as a scared 5-year-old anymore, and you are 40 years old, right? You are not standing there waiting for the other shoe to drop, but you are walking barefoot, right? On grass, right? You are an understanding then of where you are, and you are seeing where you have now the opportunity, right? Because now what has happened is the inverse is happening, right? So those who have been walking around creating their universe, right? Living a normal life and whatnot, are now getting wrapped up in what is going on the planet, right? And as they start to decompose or deteriorate, right? Those of us who see it as this is the grand shift and we understand and we came for the show, right? We are going to create a universe parallel in the planet Earth, right? So it's our job, right? Favor to the birthday girl. We are favor to Mosaic. Happy birthday, Mosaic. We are grateful. And Kay, happy birthday to you as well. And to Grace, to your father, happy birthday energetically, right? We are grateful for each and every one of you. And again, no coincidences. What we are seeing here is a merging of energies, right? There is no coincidence that Mosaic, who watches this channel, granted, she has to work at times, right? And of course, Kay, who is on this channel too, who went live yesterday, right? There is no coincidence that you have two people with the same birthday watching the same channel, right? Energies are merging, right? Those who are in fear are clumping together, and those who are in faith and love are clumping together. So what you are seeing is the shift in energies, right? So those who are all in fear, they are creating a new universe of fear, right? They're gathering together, they're watching their NNC, they're watching things that are happening on the universe, and they are living in a universe of fear, and they're creating that, right? They're concerned about what's going on in the future. They're not seeing love on the planet right now. And granted that is what is happening. But at the same time, there's a parallel Earth that is not happening, right? No coincidence that you are waking up and creating a better life. We are the counterbalance, right? The opposite energy. So while people are running around with their hair on fire, you're getting your hair styled, right? You are creating a better universe. You are seeing yourself in the highest light. And we are finding, right? And a lot of us here who are watching this program right now, right, are going to find this transmission. You are going to find that you are being activated into a situation, right? A life that is going to propel humanity, right? Is now those who are activated are going to be the gatekeepers, the way showers, the light bearers for those who are in the dark, right? So what we are going to do, What you are finding is the parallel universe that is being created. Your channel here is getting new job and creating a new universe. What are you doing in yours, right? A lot of us are creating new, we are feeling energies we have never felt before. We are feeling love and peace in our hearts. And we are out in the universe, walking around, being that beacon of love and hope, right? That beacon while everyone else, not everyone else, but a large portion are running around in fear, so to speak. You don't see their hair on fire, but internally they are concerned, right? And they have every right to be concerned, and so do you to an extent, but nonetheless, we can see through it as a show, right? And we can understand that for humanity to grow forward, it must shift, right? And for humanity to end certain practices, you must have the massive one first, right? So if you are going to, lots of people, before they go on a diet and end eating crappy food, right? What do? They have a meal, their final meal of the crappiest food, their favorite garbage food, right? Cheeseburgers and French fries and onion rings and maybe milkshakes and ice cream and all that stuff, right? And they have one big giant meal. Poof. They get it out of their system, right? Then they go and diet, right? They shift their food, right? They start eating better. They eat vegetables and salads and rice and beans and whatnot. And you see people getting healthier, right? It's kind of the same deal on planet Earth, right? We are having our last gasp of on planet Earth, right? And then you will see people after the is ended. Could be 5 years, could be a minute, could be 25 years. Whenever it is all ends, right? That's when people, we are done with this and we will make the shift. But until then, we have to go through it, just like you sitting there at the buffet for your last meal, eating all the food you can, right? Before you diet or shift your health, right? And say, no more. I refuse to eat that way anymore. But I'm going to line up at the buffet one more time, right? And that's what we are doing now. We are lining up at the buffet just one more time before we refuse the energy permanently, right? Because we have to realize we get it out of our system, right? If you are an alcoholic, there's that one time. Mo, happy birthday to you, Mo. We are grateful. Saint Germain is grateful. So is your channeler here. And we are grateful for your awesome energies and your beautiful soul. So we are going to wish Mosaic a happy birthday from the ether realms. And of course, your channeler here, we're going to drop him out so he can say happy birthday to you real quick. Happy birthday. We are grateful that you are here. So happy birthday to you, Mo. It's amazing how this works, right? So happy birthday, Mo and Kay. Happy birthday, Kay and Mo. Happy birthday, beautiful souls who we're grateful are here and have blessed us with your beautiful presence. Happy birthday to you and many more on Channel 9 with Frankenstein. There we go. But really, happy birthday, Mo. Grateful that you would even just pop in there for a moment and have an amazing day as well. Kay, may you also have an amazing. It's a shame the two of you can't get together and celebrate together, right? But happy birthday to two amazing souls who have really grateful in all different ways. And if you don't know, I mean, I met Mo, and so if you don't know, then I met Mo. She's an amazing person and really lightens any room that Mo walks into. So, bright with energy and love and light and grateful. Okay, maybe one day we'll get to meet as well. But thank you. All right, back to the channel. Saint Germain, we are back in channel. Yeah, we had to drop Josh off so he could wish happy birthday to Mo, and it's grateful, right? Have an amazing day, Mo, whatever you are doing. If you're going to build a birdhouse that you had mentioned yesterday on Brother Thomas's channel, right? Then build the birdhouse for your soul, right? That is a song from They Might Be Giants, right? Build a little birdhouse in your soul, right? So have a great day. Have an amazing day. Okay, as well, whatever you are doing for your birthday, have an amazing day. But what we are getting at here, no coincidences, right? That's what we are talking about here. Those of you who are in the new earth are going to see. It's going to get loud because you're going to see the new earth is going to shine right in front of your face. If you have decided, right, to the old energies, right? You have cleared your traumas and you are standing there as sovereign source, knowing who you are with your feet firmly planted on the ground. You could wear shoes, but you get the idea, grounded, right? Not running around with your hair on fire as some are in the greater source field right now, right? So as you are seeing that and as you are preparing yourself and you are doing so, miracles are going to occur, right? You're going to step into a new earth. You're going to see a new life that you have never had before. Whatever is going on, it's not going to affect you, right? And it shouldn't be affecting you now anyways because you are standing in your own presence and not ruminating on that, right? But what we are getting at is you're going to see that duality start to occur as those who have done the work are going to start to lift up. start to get better lives, start to bring in more income, start to find more opportunities to help others. Because it is your job, because you are not standing there with your hair on fire, right? Understanding where you are to help those who are with their hair on fire, if you are in understanding, with clear boundaries, of course. But it is your job to be walking through and saying, no, life can get amazing, and to be that centered source of energy, right? It is your job to walk out around in the grocery store with the biggest smile on your face, feeling the excitement of the universe. Why? Because you are carrying that to others in the grocery store when everybody else is talking about this and that and worrying about Bob, who had to go overseas, and Fran, who is getting her call-up orders to go to Jordan or wherever it is, right? You get the idea. What we are talking about here, then, is those of you who are walking around going, peace and love, and feeling that energy and feeling the vibration. It's almost hard to describe if you are in that new earth, right? Of what it feels like, but it's amazing, right? So what we are getting at is, as the duality on your planet persists, you are going to have to make that fine choice to an extent, right? If you're already in the new earth, it's not going to be hard, right? You just keep trucking along. It's going to be harder for them to knock you out of frame than it is for... Right, so do not worry. If you are part of the new earth, you are feeling excitement, you are feeling joy, you are understanding love, and you are seeing that life is getting better for you, right? Then you have been activated as part of that new earth to what? Counterbalance. We cannot have the entire planet at this point being dragged into one hole that nobody can see out of, right? So those of us who are not in that hole are the counterbalance. We can see the light, we can see the love, and we can feel the energies that are happening. We can see the shift, but we are not partaking in the energies of what is going on. We're not sitting around watching the dailies of who did what to whom and where and why, right? We are actively creating a better earth for ourselves, which is actively lifting up the field in a situation where the field could totally just collapse, right? Back in think of it this way, World War II, there was not too many of us around, right? And the entire world collapsed into an energy state that we don't want to discuss, right? Well, if we are counterbalancing, right? If there is the new earth, right? And those who are cleared of trauma, if those who are cleared of trauma in the new earth, right, are counterbalancing, well, the earth will go like this. It's not going to go like this and tumble over into the abyss, right? We are the balanced energy. We are that kilogram on the scale. And so if you are an understanding, your job is important, and you came just for this. Realize that you didn't come here personally just for yourself as well. You did, but you are part of a greater thing, right? You are source. So you are, while you are separated, you are really not existing, right? As much as you are. So you are part of a bigger conglomeratory energy, right? Separated down so that source can experience himself, right? So that energy can be experienced in the physical. So as you are walking through this planet, right, your energy is rising while others are coming down. And that is the point. We are that balance. It has to happen. Otherwise, your planet would just swallow up into an abyss, right? And if we didn't have those walking around creating the new earth on the old earth, right, just the physical plane, you aren't literally going to split off, right, and be like, oh, look, there's Bob. He's moving over that way. The whole planet is going that. Where am I? Wait, I'm on this earth. And you are seeing an earth like floating away. No, that's not going to happen. It's happening now when you are walking around and you are smiling and laughing and you are feeling good, right? And you are feeling the sunshine on your back and you are grounding and you are seeing the fish jump out of the water and the eagles fly overhead. That is what we are talking about. It's the new earth where you are not watching the NNC or the XOF, right? Or the Microsoft television. Why we have no idea, right? But nonetheless, you're not watching any of that garbage that they are trying to feed you with energetically so that you are, and sit down and go, oh my gosh, I'm helpless, right? You are not helpless. You have created boundaries in your universe to dump that crap off your plate, right? And so you are walking around in clear energy. We know what's going on, but we're not dragging into it. We know the consequences and the distinct possibilities and all of that. But yet at the same time, the excitement that we can create that has been opened up to us is amazing, right? And so can you feel that as you are walking through your day today? Can you allow for that as you are walking through your day today? And can you bring that into your frame as you are walking through your day today? That is the question Saint Germain is asking of you. Can you see those who are in fear and tell them that they are loved? Can you see those that are seeing only darkness, right? Only blackness, only the end, right? Can you tell them that by choosing that, by seeing that, then they are going to live in a universe where that may occur? Can you see those who are out there worried about this and that and give them a hug and tell them that they are loved? That is the point, right? You are carrying the energies of new. You are carrying the energies of healing, and you are carrying the energies of the new earth, the earth that doesn't do what it's doing now, right? The earth that doesn't traumatize its citizens, the earth that doesn't traumatize itself any further. We are all part of that new. Mr. John, we are grateful. St. Germain is grateful that you are here. Dodgy Dave, right? We are grateful. But nonetheless, don't be so. Why are you so dodgy, though? What are you dodging there, Dave? That is the question. But either way, Dave's not here, right? But if Dave answers, if Dave is knocking on the door, do not tell him he is not here. He's on the other side, right? That's the question. People are going to want to knock on your door, right? That's something to think about. They're going to want to know why you are so happy, why you are moving forward, why your universe is the greatest it's ever been, right? While they are feeling worried and falling apart and pulling out their hair and concerned about their job, losing their job or money or gas being an arm and a leg, right? And you are just like, I trust that my funds will match the gas, right? It doesn't matter. And we let go because we knew we would be in this mess, so to speak, this planetary soup that is going on. We don't call it a mess, but your energies are all like this. And so that's why you are like this. So you can be the counterbalance. Imagine if there was no first wave, right? If everybody on this planet was in the soup and watching the NNC and the XOF and the Microsoft television, the microalized television and all of that, right? Your planet would be, you would be so co-opted, right? It's those of you who are not co-opted who are holding the planet from falling apart completely, right? From not falling apart, but being completely co-opted, right? Exactly. So keep that in mind, that you are playing an important role, the role that you signed up for. If you are first wave, soon to be second wave and third wave, but it's a little while, right? But if you are the first wave, or if you are the way showers, like Adam, or any of them, right? Before, who came before, then you are an understanding of your purpose. And this is going into purpose, right? We all have a purpose-driven life. What is your purpose? Right now, your purpose is to hold up the other side, right? To balance the fear, the frustration, the angers, the hate with love, with peace, with calm, with creativity, right? As the universe starts to shrink creatively, right? As people stop creating, guess who's going to shine even more, right? As things are coming through AI, Hollywood is all worried about AI and the cap cut and all the. So as you are sitting there in your universe, downloads on things to create to help humanity, right? So do not ignore those. A lot of you are going to get the greatest downloads of your life because you are being activated to help lift humanity up. You did the work. You went through the challenges. And you sat there and you cried out a lot of your traumas, a lot of your dramas. You banged your heads against the one. A lot of you are not living in the ideal universe you want right now. Keep in mind that if you are understanding that you are the first wave and that you are the balanced, counterbalance to what's been going on, then you will be living your best life shortly. Understand all of that. Releasing, loving you, and releasing transmission. There we go. You are the counterbalance. You are the kilogram weight on the scale to lift, balance the scale. As if there was none of us in the first wave, this planet would be like just one energy mush. And we would be so co-opted, right? There would be no forest through the trees. If you didn't have anybody, I mean, anybody if we were all like sitting there in the trauma state, right? Then, but no, it didn't happen that way. Thankfully, we got balanced. The earth knows what it's doing. And we volunteered to be the ground, right? We're the grounding force to planet Earth right now. Ooh, pardon me, energy. So it's our job to live that grounding, to be in that space. I kind of went along with my entire read. Awesome, Tina. But really, that's the case. No worries. We all try. We are the tribe, right? The new Earth, 100. I keep going 144,000, but there's really more of us. But that's the key number that is needed to stay on to keep this planet from flipping over into spiral. There we go. Run like an antelope out of control. I would get a pink wig as well as a pink wig. There we go. But the grateful guys. All right, so let's work with. We're going to use the stone here, and since we're healing, right? We're the healing energy. on this planet, and like I said, I haven't brought out all my stones just because of energetics in the home. But in this home here, but what's out, and then I may dig out a couple of more. Um, but right now we are going to use the Smoky Rose Cafe, Smoky Quartz here, and we are going to send healing to planet Earth. And those who are running around with their hair on fire, and there's not a lot yet, as you can see. It's kind of a weird deal, because we have. I mean, Earth has shifted big time since 2000. Or was it 1990, 91 for the first golf deal? We'll say golf deal, right? When we lined all of our toys up in right, exactly. At that point, there was a lot more fear and trepidation in the field. Gratefully, as we've advanced, and even trauma, even those who haven't, even those are not anywhere cleared or awake, are still not as dense as they were back in 1991. There's still a looser sense of clearing, even with those who are totally running around there, than there would have been back with the norm back in 91. So yeah, so think of it that way. It's already better than it could be, than it was. But we're here, so the it doesn't tip that scale, and then everybody, there's nobody here. Right? We have to have that positive, the positive vibe tribe, right? So there we go. We are the positive vibe tribe on planet Earth to keep the balance. I thought I cutty hair shot enough. What? I thought I cutty hair shot enough. I think wave like Tina. There you go. One that actually could could be the case. Like you're like with the first wave, but still have some stuff to do, and then you totally pop with the second. With the second wave, it's going to be a while because we have to go through some crap before they start to right. We didn't have we went through our own crap, right? A lot. The first wave woke up to our own crap, right? We had enough of our own crap. The second wave is going to have to see something in the greater source field, and then the third wave is going to have to be dragged along. There's three waves, right? And the third wave, according to Dolores Cannon, right? Grandma, uh, first waver, a way shower. There we go. Yeah, the third wave is going to be falling in line in fear and realizing that yeah, if they stay in that, they're going to disintegrate, so to speak. Yeah, I burned twice with a sick. Ooh, favor. Born at 2:50 a.m. Wow, that was 10:33. But all right, here we go with the smoky quartz. With your permission, we're going to vacuum up any negative energies out of the smoky quartz. With the smoky quartz, we're going to suck up um, anything that's bringing us down. In the whole field, no, but we're going to those who have touched our field and anybody who's laid negative energies upon us, we will send to the smoky quartz. Any fears and anything we will allay and send to the smoky quartz, and we will release anything that's keeping us out of first wave, out of the counterbalance on planet Earth, the counterbalance energy. Which, so yeah, so here we go, guys. With your permission, of course. Here we go. All right, so what do you need to clear as well? Also, let's set some intentions. So we're going to set some intentions as well with the smoky quartz intentions for today, because we can set the intentions to be trauma. Right, we're gonna kind of set different intentions today with the smoky quartz since it's a cleansing stone, right? And yeah, the face is starting to heal. I'm a fast healer, so yeah, so we'll be back to normal here. I'm gonna whip out some vitamin E cream and make sure it doesn't scar, but if it scars, then it'll be like, yeah, it's my week at a boxing gym. I'll lie, right? It'll be my week at a boxing gym, or something like that, right? All right, Angie, hi. All right, so what are we clearing from your end here? And as well, let's ground in, and we're going to clear some energies to have a better day too. So we're going to use the smoky quartz to release any fear that we are picking up from the greater source field. We're going to use the smoky quartz as well to give us better discernment, right? That's something that we're going to be needed on planet Earth really soon here, is a discernment to what's real and what's not, be it energy, what you're watching, or what they're telling you as well, right? So we're going to use that to create discernment, because we, of course, can see through a lot of it, but it's, yeah. We're going to use the smoky quartz as well to create peace inside ourselves, right? So a lot of us are already walking around in some form of peace, but we're going to clear out and utilize it to clear out any of the source field trauma that is blocking our peace. And we're going to utilize these smoky quartz as well to empower us, right? To be helpful to those who are out in the source field and aren't first wavers or panicky, right? Who are concerned. And we all should be concerned, don't get me wrong. Ellie, hi, how are you? All right, so here we go, guys. So what are you clearing? What are you releasing? And of course, we're going to use this as well to ground into ourselves today in peace. Sure. Lavender essential oil on my... Ooh, there you go. I got my answer. My dad thinks I stole 10 grand from him. Oh, favor. Oh my gosh. Anna, big favor there. Doing well, just preparing dinner so I can come home after work and not have to cook. Awesome. Awesome. That's a really good idea. Could be my breakfast, but yeah. Dirty comes to light. Usually my dinner is my breakfast. If you first meal of the day is your breakfast, right? So if it's at dinner time, then it's breakfast. Dirty comes to beyond if all this craziness is coming to light. All right, guys. Scars should be from your days as a pirate in the Caribbean. Arr. All right, let's seal this off here, and we're gonna close off. Breakfast isn't any. I love breakfast for dinner. It's Brinner, Blinner. That would be like Blinner when you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're like only eat one meal a day, or if you just do intermittent fasting, then you just have Blinner. Or blunch, breakfast, blunt like breakfast for lunch, blunch. My sis has all change of my mom and my dad. That's how we know. Oh, favor. I have a bunch of scars, especially from childhood. Fell off my bike a few times. Knee, head, elbows, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. All right. So need a name as a funny pound and a family connection, if not blood related. Close says many 12s and 24th. Laugh 12 is 24 missing the 6. Program and programs. Time of breakfast. Breakfast was invented, by the way. It was I forget the advertising guy's name, but it'll come to me at some point. But yeah, Swift Premium Sausage, right? Which is now owned by just by the way. They wanted to figure out how to sell more breakfast. I forget the advertiser's name, the guy who created breakfast, but yeah, he created a advertising campaign for breakfast, and then he got the food pyramid. Right, it was an advertising campaign for food to sell more food. But yeah, breakfast didn't actually exist. Breakfast was a muffin, a piece of toast, nothing, literally a cup of coffee. People would not eat first thing in the morning. For hundreds of thousands of years, people did not eat breakfast at all. It didn't exist. And then, of course, we had cereal. Cereal was invented by Kellogg. Kellogg wanted to eliminate a certain group of people and thought that if he made cereal radioactive and other things, well, we're not going to go into what cereal was invented for. Breakfast again, right? But yeah, Mr. Kellogg did not like a good portion of the population on this planet. Wanted to see them eradicated through his breakfast cereal. But program, yes, invented in general as if we are trusted our body more, we are told in time. Well, photosynthesis, eat the sun, yes. Coffee, tea, huge, heavy breakfast daily. Nope, too heavy. Exactly, your body doesn't. The idea on the food pyramid, the idea of eating 3 meals a day was created so that they could co-opt your energy. If you're busy, truly, if you're busy digesting food all day and overeating, which is what you are, because the old school humans like ate like 3-5 times a week at the most, right? 3 times a week. Like old humans, like foraging humans, ate like 3-4 times a week. The body's made to be in a resting state. Yeah. So yeah, breakfast was totally invented to dumb you down because the more you eat, the less you operate, right? The more your body's energy has to go to create breaking down the food versus creating your universe or thinking or working, right? You think less if you eat more. That's the honest truth. There you go. When our bodies are so active as early AM, food, etc., usually definitely not me when adrenaline is getting lost. Hunger, I'm weird, and it's healthier to eat less frequently. It's absolutely, yeah. Those who extreme fasting. I'm not a doctor here, but I'm just going by the Harvard studies, right? Extreme fasting will adds years to your life. Extreme caloric in, like extreme calorie deprivation, like isn't bad for your body. It's actually better for your body to have. Right there, you go. Milkmen. The milkmen exist out here, especially. And Karen knows that. Yeah, Longmont Dairy and the Royal Crest Dairy. You can get milk from either one delivered directly to your house. It's funny, they're always hiring. I applied for Longmont Dairy, just phone customer service, and I never got a call back, but yet they always are hiring. But are they, right? That's what I'm beginning to learn. Is that tons of these jobs are just there, but they're not real. Like half the jobs I applied for are just and they're like they never even got back to me, and they're still looking for candidates. Like 6 weeks later, in some cases 2 months later, there's still the job posting just shows back up. It's like something's not right here. Ought to be more legalities, like laws against like posting fake job postings, or you have to be, or they employers should be honest. We do not get back to you, and we are very picky, right? Exactly. And this job posting could sit here for a year before we even decide on one person. So do not reapply. Right? What did I actually find out? Like 90% of all of the applications, like the most qualified people, never get to the actual management because AI is been programmed so pickily that most of they get dumped. I watched this video of this guy had an MBA, right? An MBA, and years later, thousands of jobs later, zero response. And he went to professionals for his resume and no response. So I'm grateful, but yeah. So all they used to have to do in good days was just go and say, "Can I get this job?" And the dogs were given dependent on the person's body, not the freaking credential. Exactly. I walked in my first job. I took the help wanted sign out of the window. I walked into Pikesville Hardware, and the help wanted sign was in the window. And I said, "Here you go." He said, "Why are you handing me my sign?" Jim Tupp, right? He's no longer alive, but and so he said, "Why are you handing me my sign? Who are you?" I said, "I'm your next employee. Here's your sign. When do I start?" And he liked it, right? Because you could do that thing back then, and I had that energy, right? It's like, all right, talk to me for 10 more minutes, and this you're hired. I like your energy, you know. You got chutzpah. You got balls, kid. Right? Who doesn't watch movies? I've gotten a job just by showing up. That's it. That's the whole point, right? Back in the day, you could go to a restaurant, eat dinner, and then be like, "You guys hiring?" They're like, "Yeah." And then the manager will come sit down and be like, "All right, we'll see you Tuesday," just like that. Nowadays, it doesn't work that way. Like, you got to go online and fill out the application, and if we call you back in 6 to 8 weeks, right? Like I filled out. I went to one interview, and the guy's like, "Well, if we get back to you, it'll be over a month." I'm like, "How long does this take?" He's like, "Well, if we get back to you for another interview, it'll be over a month. We're going to interview for the entire month." I'm like, "You're interviewing people an entire month for a job?" I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, but we don't want that job anyway. What was that? Cruise America, renting RVs. That's not. That's probably not going to be the best thing when gas is an arm and a leg. People are going to rent an RV that goes 15 miles to the gallon, right? At $8 a gallon. In favor of that, right? But there'll always be medical bills. I work for a friend. They asked me to work for them. There you go. Anyone aware of the milk store and stored in large 10-gallon metal containers as remember in the glass? Yeah, of course I remember the again. You bang the and they had the caved up, like that conical shaped neck. Absolutely, they're heavy as hell too. But yeah, I remember those. But yeah, if you want fresh dairy, you can actually do that here. And the whole reason we went on that diatribe was because I applied for both of them, and neither of them called me back. Nothing. And I'd be eminently qualified to take a job in a call center for a dairy. And yeah, I got your order. What do you want? All right, let me read it back to you. Here you go. Thank you. But yes, I don't know. But then you always see those job postings, so I'm just wondering if they're just fake job postings so they can try to get a tax break. There we go. Which should be illegal, by the way. That's another story. Because yeah, it impedes job seekers who are like realizing that 80% of the jobs they're applying for aren't even like real jobs. And after reading that one guy with the MBA who had spent years and spent thousands and thousands of resumes and got no callbacks, and had his resume done by the professionalist of professionals, literally, like the guy who wrote the book on resumes. I don't think he's still employed, actually. Even with his video, he made even the video on the news. He was on the news. So well, the news it is, but he was on one of those CNN or NNN. Yes, Stewart's for window for manager, and it's old metal. I see ground mostly roof, cellar, or basement holes. Libman, Libman Broom Company. Yeah, you could be a Libman salesman. They actually use broom corn. Yeah, but then you went door to door as a Libman. You remember the Libman salesman? I don't personally, but I know of them, right? It's like going all the way back to like S&H green stamps and stuff. Right before my, like literally, like they stopped the door salesman and the green stamps like right when I was born. But yeah, my grandfather was a door salesman door to door for a minute, and he did well. Like he owned a car and a house. Nowadays, you go selling door to door. Most likely, you'll get a gun pulled on. You could get a gun pulled on you. Good portion have no soliciting signs, and then they want to answer the door anyways because or they'll ring camera, right? But at least if Ring had wanted it, then you'd show up at the house and it would be like, phew. That's what actually Ring was going to do when they set up with Flock. Whoever showed up at your house would go through the Flock system, and come back out on the back end like, this is Bob, and here's Bob's criminal rap sheet, and here's Bob's this, and here's Bob's that, and you would know everything about Bob in 5 seconds because it would give you all his information. Right? He's standing at your front door. You can know more about your Amazon delivery person than you ever wanted to know when it recognizes the face, right? And then you go into the app, the Nest app or the Ring app, and then you pull it up, and your Amazon driver was Fred. Fred was born in, and yeah, exactly. It's crazy. All right, guys, let's seal this off here. Shoo. All right. I believe my grandpa was the guy who sewed the brooms. Wow. So he worked for the Libman fact. That's amazing. Um, did he help the door salesman? For the glass and metal, one is huge. Got some pics. The few said had many in the yard below. He fixed the cabin house. Revealed a lot. Oh wow. To be successful door to door, he must have been. My grandfather was pretty. Yeah, Irving was pretty charming. Um, let's just say he was a ladies' man, and he did work on vaudeville. Up in when he lived in Brooklyn, um, and he did it in Florida too. He would sing. He's one of those guys. Right? He's like a kind of crooner kind of guy, but not really. But he fancied himself as that, and he was able to pull it off. Like I remember a kid. I went down to Florida, and he was doing a show at actually at a resort, and so went to the show and watched him sing, crack some jokes. Yeah, it was fun. He always had that kind of personality. That's how I end up. That's where I take from ancestrally to do this show is from my grandfather, from Irving, but not from my other grandfather, who I don't even know if he's. We all have ancestors that we love and ancestors that we don't hate, but we don't call upon them or anything. We just kind of, all right, we know. Right, exactly. My other grandfather we don't deal with. I call it Illinois is where the main business. Yeah, nice. Most brooms are not corn in. Imagine most brooms now are what? What are they made of? Like plastic fibers? I did phone solicitation for a job. Hey, when you need a job, you take what you can get. Some very, very rude. Most just hung up. I've done phone solicitation. I work for Clear Channel Broadcasting, right? And so Clear Channel, which owns the majority of the radio stations in North America, right? So they used to. They don't anymore. But back in like 2002 and 3, they actually program the radio station based on what people really listen to and not what they're getting paid to play, right? And so I would do phone calls. I had an audio tape. Now it's probably digital if they do it, but I had an audio tape, right? And I would play. So I call up and say, "Hi, my name is Bob." I make up a name. I'm Bob, and I'm calling from WKQC in Tallahassee, Florida, and we're calling to help you choose what's on the radio, right? And you just act like a DJ. So, yeah. You're like, what do y'all think of this song? Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. What do you think of that song? That's a great song. That was about when I was playing, when I was doing that. So that's why I said that. And that's a great song. Okay, great. Next song. Boom. What do you think of this song? 1 to 5. 0. Okay, you hate this song. So I did that for a year. That's how I ended up doing all this crazy customer service. But it was fun. But yeah, people would hang up. Like, I'd say 80% of the calls are like, "Hi, I'm calling from WKCZ. We are calling to help you make what we play on the radio." And click, they'll just hang right up. People, yeah, but I mean, let's get real. I mean, I got a call the other day. It's like, answer the phone, like, "Hi, should we impeach Trump?" I'm like, just get off my phone. Click. Any those politics calls. Whiskey, yeah, exactly. But yeah, that just time framing when and rest in peace, Toby Keith. But yeah, that's time framing when I worked for the job. Mostly when the space shuttle came through Texas and blew up. That's when I was customer service, making outbound calls and getting hung up on because people didn't. But some people enjoyed it, right? What nice job. I'd go with a friend and do studies about different items, up to 150. Oh wow. So huge and small as backwards and asinine indeed. Haha. I am some fam nonsense comment. Upgrade beliefs. Haha. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. We're going to close out here in a moment, but we'll set some intentions real quick. So let's do that. If you want to join me real quick, we're going to use the I am. We're going to set some intentions before we close out for 2 days. So I am intentionally creating an awesome day, right? I am bringing in more love today. Hopefully. Right? I am helping others today. Because if you help others, then what do you get to do? Help yourself. Right? I am being that counterbalance on planet Earth as the first waver, right? And I am grateful for all of it. Hallelujah. I got so many clients that way. Thanks, Josh. Linda is live right now. If y'all want to pay her a visit. Oh, there we go. So, all right, guys, let's close out. So, yeah, we'll go over to Linda here. And Linda Butterfly Tarot. There we go, guys. So, yeah, Linda is an amazing soul. I love it because to see somebody's light come on at that age doesn't matter. It's just amazing. Boom. All right, guys. So, from your end and mine, let's close out with group hug. Left arm up to the person to your left. Right arm up to the person to your right. And we take our loving energy out of our left hand here. We take our heart chakra and we send it around to each and every one of us. So I'm sending my heart to each and every one of you as you're sending your heart to each and every one of us. And as they spin around faster and faster, the hearts bump into each other and collide and become one bigger heart, just like the atoms in the Large Hadron Collider, which won't be operating gratefully until the mid-2030s somewhere, I'd say. Unfortunately, though, upgraded to even be louder than it was before. And so as we spin around faster and faster, we take that one heart love and we connect it like a reverse tornado, chink into the greater source field. And we see everybody in the greater source field in love and peace. And we see everybody here in love and peace as well. And we see everybody here today watching this transmission, hopefully being part of that first wave. If you are part of that first wave, we are grateful that you are watching this transmission. We are grateful that you are helping to ground planet Earth and be the counterbalance to the chaos energies that are going on the planet now, to the shifting energies. We have to be the stabilized energies as the Earth itself becomes destabilized, right? And so we hold that stabilization on the planet. And if you are in the destabilized energies, do realize that this will too shall pass. And as you start to clear your traumas and dramas, you will begin to see how they are manipulating the energies and how they are creating a universe that is unstable on purpose, so that at the end of it all, they can create the stability that they choose. But we are not going to allow that, because we are going to hold our own. We're going to put up boundaries, and we're going to say, hell no, we're not going to take it anymore. We can see that we are the light, we are the love, and that we are the counterbalance. And if you are feeling all of that soup energy, as you clear your trauma, as you clear yourself, the soup in the greater source field will get clearer and turn into a clearer broth, as you will see through the lies, see through the manipulation and the control, and see yourself as source, as love. And we see that for everybody on this planet. And we see Mother Gaia, of course, with no X's or O's in her sky, and of course, no forever chemicals, pardon me, or plastics in her soil. With that, we close out by saying hallelujah. So it is, and so it shall be. Sealed with love. I had a guy say the other day that they used to give animals in 4-H a few beer before showing them to calm them down. Oh, I bet you that would work. I mean, horses probably love beer and whiskey and all that. Anna, can you keep all that stuff there, honey? What do we got here? Hell no, we won't go. It snowed. No, snowed. No snow. Yeah, you can keep all that snow there. I briefly worked as at a kid's haircutting place. Oh, favored. I was the receptionist on the weekends. There we go. Speaking of which, when I'm out and about today, I'm going to go to get my hairs cut. I could go to my first day of work like this, but it probably wouldn't go over very well. So we'll get my hairs cut today. Depends on how much you give. All right, guys, let's close this out here. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, pop on over to Linda. I love you all. Linda Butterfly Tarot, Butterfly Readings, actually. Have a day as amazing as you are, guys. And don't let them get you down. Remember, you are the counterbalance. So when you go out into the source field and you start feeling amazing, carry that amazing to everyone you see, right? Be that love, be that balance, be that it's all right, it's all good. And am I blocked? Why are you blocked? Why are you blocked there, Karen? What's blocking you? We're going to pause for a second here. No, I see you. You are not blocked. We see Karen. Karen is seen loudly, right? Thank you. Thank you, Karen, in the green hearts. Thank you, guys. Seriously, though, I love you all. And as you can tell, the audience isn't, but you are here, and I'm thankful. Thank you for sticking through my shift with me. I'm grateful that you guys stuck through my chaos, and we're now back on the back end here. And now we get to live the glow up, right? The awesome universe that we all deserve. Favored you guys. Happy birthday to, again, Kim. Happy birthday, beautiful soul. And Mo, if you're listening, I don't know if you are, wherever you are in Florida, happy birthday. Have an amazing day. And if you are building birdhouses, remember to build a little birdhouse for your soul, right? Now the song's playing, man. Build a little birdhouse for your soul. Build a little tea in your bonnet. Build a little birdhouse for your soul. All right, guys. Have an amazing day. And I will see you all in the next, which will be tomorrow for Good Dawning. All right, guys. Love you. See y'all. Take care.